sanctions on Israel.
We could do sanctions, right? We could, you know, and I don't know how.
Okay, close embassies. If that happens,
I think.
There'll be endless accusations of anti-Semitism.
Of course there would be.
It's trying to start. It's trying to start a body of movement, like in South Africa, the anti-apartheid movement. People were marching in the streets here in the 80s. I was one of them.
I was in the anti-apartheid.
I was a student. I was at LSE in London, so I was involved in that, the anti-apartheid movement, right? And proud of the very small part I played in it. And it's not enough to say what do we do? We close down a few MCs. It has to start somewhere.
But people
They're just
wouldn't march against
at the moment.
the
They're doing whatever the
Israelis.
hell they want. They have more settlements every single day. More demolition of homes. More Palestinian children locked up for no reason. More Palestinians dispossessed. And why? Why?
Because it's the policy.
Because some guy from New Jersey comes round, knocks on your door. It's a Palestinian and his family who's been living there for 300-400 years, maybe in that home, and says, I'm from Brooklyn, and this is my home now. Why? Because God promised this house to us. How do you argue with somebody like that? You can't. It's irrational.
It is.
And these Zionists run about the West Bank, toting guns and killing Palestinians and burning down their olive trees, and then they try and say that they're the terrorists. Israel is a terrorist.
I agree with every word you're saying.
You know,
I agree with every word you're saying.
You know,
Genocide.
but I mean, if anybody could tell me the difference between Zionism and fascism, I'll give you a tenner.
I agree with you.
I'll give you a tenner. There is no difference. Any difference?
One is rooted in Judaism, the other's rooted in Catholicism. But they meet at the same point.
Yes, they do. Don't get me started on religion.
Well, because religion doesn't create normal people. We all look at the background of religion, say in our countries, and the wars between Catholics and Protestants. Nobody in this country would say it's civilised, but for hundreds of years.
And it's still going on in Northern Ireland.
It is.
And in Glasgow, where I come from. It's absurd.
I know a Ranger, a bloke who's my age, who's a hardcore Rangers fan, and he's a nutter.
Well,
I only have to mention Celtic, and I don't even support Celtic, and he'd leather me. And he's a 55-year-old man whose life has been basically his height. He's been in prison lots of times. The height of his life has been going to Edinburgh and kicking the living daylights out of Hibs fans because Hibs are more Catholic.
Here's the thing: not every 55-year-old Rangers fan is like that.
I know, but
you've got one here that's not.
I know, good for you, man. But
it's political more.
It's religious and political.
How was that structured? You might know. Could you tell me how that was structured, say, in the 19th century, when there was no organised?
It's a legacy of the British Empire. It's a legacy of the British Empire. We went over, and we had obviously an established Church of England. There was an Irish community there. They wanted to kick us out. They kicked us out of the south, and some people remained in the north. And there was a lot of, particularly Scottish, immigration from Scotland into Northern Ireland. And they were Church of England, or Church of Scotland, Protestants as we would call them.
Deliberately.
Absolutely. It's a legacy of the British Empire. It was colonial settling.
Divide and rule.
Yes, absolutely. And it's never changed. And similarly, during the famine, lots of Irish people came over and moved to the west of Scotland because it's the nearest place they could get food. And so we have a large Catholic population in the west of Scotland, and the idiots on both sides are still at it. And as an atheist, it's just fuel to the fire for me, and looking at how ridiculous the whole thing is. This is a microcosm of it today. When you see they've got the Bibles out, they've got the Quran out, and they're looking at sections, and they don't know just how irrelevant that nonsense is to me. That's true. It is totally irrelevant to me. I gave up reading fantasy when I was about 10. I liked Enid Blyton, but I'm through it. I'm 55. I'm a sentient human being. Anyway, good talking to you.
Nowhere around today, they're not going to do nothing.
Well, Jesus never existed, in my opinion.
Well, thank God doesn't exist in mine either.
I don't believe such a man existed. I think it's a made-up individual.
It's man-made. Religion is man-made. It has to be.
Well, Muhammad was a warrior anyway.
It was
an alright bloke, in my opinion.
It was written by men. How convenient is it that women are? The misogyny in the Old Testament is
and the ethnic hatred and cleansing.
Absolutely.
And bigotry.
It's about control.
Who was
there before Israel? It's about control.
The Canaanites.
Yeah, absolutely. The Bible said you are. That you're born in sin.
Yeah.
Now I've got 3 children. I've looked at my child. My child was lovely. It wasn't born in sin. It was born out of love. How dare these idiots suggest to me that my child was born in sin? To hell with them. I don't respect their views.
No.
I don't respect their views. I don't respect the religious. I respect obviously their right to hold that view. But I don't respect them. I'm their enemy. And if they can't see that, they don't know an enemy when they see it. Yeah.
Do you think that they possibly hold their own interpretation of the scripture, which is out? And like, so if you have events in the Bible which are which obviously have bad things in them, what if it's just a telling of history? It's not saying
there are 2 things here. I'm an atheist because there is no evidence of it all. Right? I was talking to a gentleman earlier. He said, "Well, what about all the Christian good works? What about Christians that do good works? What about this? What about that?" Fine. I'm not against good works.
No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.